You guys ready?
Bro, you
Yeah.
said ready like 19 times.
I just don't know when to start, dude. I'm just going crazy over here.
Mom, go away. I'm recording a podcast. Recording a podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to Verified. My name is Shane.
My name is Carlos.
Today we have a great me and this guest go way back. A really good friend of mine. We built a spaceship together. Okay, at a very young age, maybe first grade or second grade. Okay, he is a new photographer. Recently made an Instagram account. We'll touch on that towards the end. But the main thing we're here to talk about is he is an argument professional. Here to talk with his professional argumentative skills with specifically his parents. Welcome, Miles.
What is up, guys?
Miles, how are you doing today?
Better than yesterday, for sure.
Better than yesterday. That's always great. You always want to you just want to be better than yesterday.
Well, I did have an argument yesterday, so can't get much
is that
worse.
what
Oh, wait. I feel
Is that what we're getting into?
I feel like that's what we're gonna talk about today.
I have my license, and some of my friends were at the beach, and they invited me to come down. So I was like, sick, bro. I'm gonna go down to the beach, hang out, cause it's summer, you know. I go to ask my mom, thinking this is a great idea, and she looks at me. It does the cold eyes death stare. I haven't even said anything yet, and she just says, "No. Why no?" And she's like, yeah, just no. And I'm like, all right, yeah, just no, nothing else. Just
Dude, that's
no.
the worst.
At least give me a little something. At least lie to me as to why you're saying no.
It's like, how am I
Yeah,
supposed
it's
to
like,
respond
oh,
to that?
There's a tornado at the beach right now, you know?
Exactly.
It's like when you're like texting someone and they say like, ha ha. You're like, well, what do you want me to say back to that?
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah.
So she says no, and I'm like, and what I assume is that she has an issue with the amount of hours, because I would go there and come back in the same day. So it's like 6 hours total. So that's what I think that she's got the issue with. I don't know if it was necessarily to prove to her or just to spite her. I went driving for 8 hours that day in a row.
I'm just curious, what's your gas mileage, my guy?
Well, see, the Acura MDX only gets about 18 miles per gallon. So I had to refuel a couple times. I told my parents, I was like, I'm gonna head out. I'll be back soon, but I didn't quantify what soon was. So
Like a little walk around the park or
I
a
just
drive
fucking
around the
know.
entire state.
so yeah, 8 hours later, I show up for dinner. and I walk in the door, and I'm feeling all confident because I'm just like, boom, I just showed I can drive this length, and I already knew that I could. I had to prove it. So I'm like,
Right.
oh, she's gonna be like, oh wow, son, you've proved to me. And I really think
You're
that
all
this is
worthy.
something that I'm prepared for you to do. Go have fun. Spoiler, that's just not what happened.
Well, did they call you? Did you end up with like a flood of like message on your
No,
phone?
because they're like, they like are like, don't use your phone while driving, as I assume most parents do. So I was like, well, they're not gonna
Yeah,
text me, because then I can't text back, and I feel like it'd be like a trap. Like if I text back, then I'm gonna get in trouble for that too. So they none of that. So 8 hours without communication, and I come home and there's just sitting on the couch, and they just look. The death stare, the hands crossed, like showing dominance, and I'm just like, oh, I'm in for something now. This is not how I thought this was gonna go. And then they just started, specifically my mom just started raining it down, like, do you think other kids do this? I raised you, like all these like typical like argument, like cliche lines, and I'm just like seriously, you gotta bring all this up? You could have just said, like, why'd you do that? And it got
How
me
long have you
thinking.
been holding this in? How
Yeah.
long have you been waiting to say all this? How long have
This
you
is
been
an
having
epic
this
event.
argument?
I mean, she did have a full day to prep. Like,
Oh,
Yeah, she had a
8
whole
hours,
8
yeah.
she had a whole full day
She
to.
wrote like an essay, first draft, second draft.
It got me thinking after the argument, and so I just went upstairs and I started jotting down some notes, typical things that happen during like arguments with parents, like specifically to me, but I'm sure they have with other people.
I
In
swear
this,
they all have meetings, dude. They have freaking meetings,
Parent
bro.
meeting.
yes, it's like the Illuminati, secret society, dude.
Right.
in this one argument I had about driving for too long, these 4 things came up. And just remember, keep in mind, how is this going to relate to driving? And I don't even know.
Okay.
Mhm.
They explained how their life was tougher than mine and how I should be grateful for my life.
Okay.
And then they brought up other friends of mine as like examples of what I should not do and what I should do. And I'm just like,
Be
hold
more
up.
like your friend Shane. Do more like Shane.
Yeah,
What?
he make a
Now-
podcast.
Dude, he has a podcast, dude. He's everything. He's doing everything right.
One of the main things that she says to me is don't be contrary. That's like the main thing. Like it doesn't even have to be an argument. It's just like I say something, that's her one comeback. And it's because I had this theory, this idea. It's because she can't come up with a comeback. So that her one response is she just stares at me like wheels are turning. Wait. Oh, I got a good one. Stop being contrary. Like
Right.
Ooh, roasted. You got him.
roasted.
Boom.
Well, it's an argument. What do you want me to do? Agree with you?
You made me this way. It's just your fault.
No, but then the one thing I do that makes it worse, she's like, you're being contrary. And I'm like, well, aren't you being contrary by saying I'm contrary?
Oh no. The infinite loop.
and then that just unleashes a whole nother level of just pissed off. She'll bring in backup. She'll bring in the other parent.
They'll have the TikToks where it's like white kids be cussing out their parents.
Wait,
And then they
what?
have,
Please
like-
explain this to me.
So apparently white kids, they'll just cuss out their parents. And then
That's just what they do, guys.
That's what they do. White kids just cuss out their parents.
There's this dad who like does all the things that parents do that he thinks are like terrible, and he does a skit where he locks his kid's door, or he like tells his kid to get off the video games, and then he turns and looks the camera dead in the eye and says, "If you're a parent and you're watching this, don't do this. Let your kids have freedom," and all this stuff. I was like, "Yeah, hell yeah, guy." I like
I think I've seen that one actually.
Shane, I bet the dude, that dad, Child Protective Services came after him. He's gone. The parent Illuminati took him.
Yeah, they're like, dude, this guy's spreading the right thing to do. He's got to go.
Can't have that.
You wrote down what happened with the argument. Where did you actually like end up leaving it with your mom? Did it just end up staying at the no?
Yeah, the end result was still a no. She didn't feel like the 8 hours of driving really picked up the slack. It ended with like the stereotypical comment like are you proud of what you did? And I was like, of course I had to say no, but deep down I'm like, hell yeah, I'm proud of what I did.
Ooh.
Miles is not able to go on this beach trip, which is why we set up a GoFundMe for Miles. Guys, if you want to see the GoFundMe, that definitely exists. Go check. Link in description. Go help out Miles. Every dollar counts. Every penny counts. Miles is struggling right now on his own after getting kicked out of his house.
Yeah, for sure. You can donate a little or even a lot. As long as it's a lot, I'll definitely take it.
Thank you guys so much for listening to today's podcast. If you guys want to go ahead and follow us on your favorite podcast listening platform, that'd be greatly appreciated. And while you're at it, you can check us out on Instagram and watch the highlight videos here, where you're gonna see me, you're gonna see Carlos, but now you're also gonna see Miles, probably, definitely. So yeah, go check that out. Also, turn on your post notifications everywhere on your favorite podcast listening platform, on Instagram, and now you can turn on your post notifications on YouTube. We really appreciate it. We really are having a lot of fun with all this stuff. Miles, thank you so much for being here. Oh, last thing, actually, before that, if you guys want to check out Miles' stuff, what he's doing now with his photography stuff, check him out on Instagram at Miles Lubis Photography. That's Miles Lubis Photography on Instagram. Miles, thank you so much for being here, man.
No problem. Always a pleasure. Thanks, guys.
It was a lot of fun. And thank you guys so much for listening once again. And we'll see you this Thursday for a new episode. Later!
Mom, go away. I'm recording a podcast. Recording a podcast.
Yo
I mean, like-
estoy listo.
Ready?
That means I'm ready in Spanish.
I don't speak Italian.